this exciting journey, because I've had some revelations recently, especially this week. This talk title was set weeks ago, but this week gave me all the fodder I needed for today's talk. And nothing bad happened, what we would deem as bad. Well, you might, but I don't. It's exciting. It's really exciting when you look at your life and see what it has taken to get you here. And if you're willing to take all definition away from it, you'll realize how exciting and how interesting it has been. If you're willing to undefine it and say, oh, this has been my journey to know God. And if that is the purpose, is to know God, G-O-D, good orderly direction has taken place to get me to know the divine energy, the divine presence, to get me to my willingness to be here today, to look at everything differently. I mean, think of the things. I don't know what everybody in this room has gone through. I know what I've gone through, I think. But I don't know what any of it means. But when you look at some of the stuff we've gone through childbirth, first of all. Everyone here was born. Ouch. On two ends. The child and the mother. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But for you, as imagine what we did. We came from the invisible into the visible. We came into the awareness of senses. So there's the start. Most of us have forgotten that process. But I thought about it the other day and I thought, holy smokes, that's got to be a big shock, wouldn't you say? And we're complaining about stuff now. What that must have been like. And then look at your body from where, when it was this big, and look how big it is now. That's a lot of stretching. That is a lot of stretching and growing on this exciting journey. And then there's all the other stuff. We've been hit, and we've been knocked around, and we've been embarrassed, and some of us have been raped, and some of us have died and come back, and some of us have, we've been through the death of friends and loved ones, and we've fallen down on the playground many times. And then there's the illnesses some of us have gone through. Oh my goodness, the head colds and the measles and the chicken pox and the flu and cancer and HIV and all that stuff. It's so much that we have gone through it, and we've seen our friends go through it, and we don't know what any of it means, and we're trying to give it some meaning somehow. But if I were to take away all the meaning of it, well, then it would just be a series of sensations, wouldn't it? It would be, oh. I got a call on Wednesday morning from a very good friend of mine who's a minister out in the Midwest. And she called me to say goodbye, because she figures she's not going to be on this planet more than another week or so. She's had cancer for a few years now, and it has gone to her brain. And she's fine with it. She's kind of excited about that she's moving forward. But she called me the other day. She said, Sean, this is my time with you. And I want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you, and I want to congratulate you on your ministry. It was really when she said, you don't have any codependence there, and so you have such a strong ministry, so you don't have fighting going on and things. She was aware of that. But she said, Sean, what I love about us is we don't always get to talk often, but whenever we do, it's like we've never hung up the phone from before. And she said, I'm ready to go. My best friend's flying in tonight. My last service at church is supposed to be February 6th, but I'm hoping that maybe it was going to be my memorial service. She's excited. She's interested. It's the journey. That is the journey. And you, as a minister, as a truth student, as one who studies this stuff, we can't think that this physical body is the end of life. It's just another chink in the journey of awakening to what God is, awakening to what truth is, awakening to what spirit is. Now, we who stay here, I'll go through a mourning process and a little fear sometimes. Oh no, what is that going to be like? But I have no sadness for my friend. I have sadness for myself, because I have given it definition. I'm not going to be able to pick up the phone and call my friend. You know, I'm not going to be able to deal with her on a physical level. She's made it quite clear I can't even call her again while she's here. She won't take my call. She's had her time with me. And she's done that with all her friends. She's called them up and said, this is my time with you. And I can't talk for very long. And it's so clear, because she doesn't want to attach herself to this physical world any longer. So to keep talking every day about it is an attachment. And so I respect it, and I love her that much, and I'm that grateful. As I said, I have this beautiful set of pearls given to me by Erica. And I got them. She went to ministerial school at the same time I started going to Unity Village to study to become a licensed teacher. She was part of the Butterworth Church. And she had quit her job. She cashed in her, was it IRA or whatever, that 401k and everything, so she could go to school. In her late 40s, she knew ministry was the next thing for her to do. She gave up a great job at HBO, and she moved to Kansas City. And she went to school there. And that's when I got to know her, because every time I'd go to Kansas City, like 3 times a year to study, we'd get together and we'd have dinner and we'd laugh and we'd talk about stuff, and then we'd talk on the phone in between. So we became friends through ministry rather than through like ever in New York. Even though we had mutual friends in New York, we never knew each other. And so what I say is, and she wanted a big church. She got a great big church in Chicago and everything. It's fascinating, which used to be Ed Townley's church. Ed Townley had that church before Erica did. But so she has moved forward, and now this is the next part of the journey. The next part of the journey of undefining life, of undefining the body, of undefining. I had dinner with a student of mine Tuesday night, and I had no plans to have dinner with this guy. He was in my Tuesday night Course in Miracles class in the city, and I don't know why, but he came up to me afterward, and I said, "You want to have a bite to eat? I've got to wait around for David anyway." So we went to the diner, and we got to talking, and through it, he's going through a difficult relationship. You know, it's with a girlfriend who, it's very similar to where David and I used to be at the beginning, where you're not sure where it stands and what the future is for. It looks like it's over, but I have learned through my experience, just because a relationship looks like it's over doesn't mean it is. And that's not all just romantic relationships, that's friendships. We weave in and out of each other's life on this journey. We weave in and out. When it's right for us to be together, here we are together. And when it's right for me to be with the next person, I'm with this person, because if we're all students and teachers at the same time, we're weavers. And when this student is ready, the next teacher comes along, and then the next one and the next one. And it's not all about me, like I'm a big narcissist here, because as the teacher, I'm also attracting students all the time. And so we're not always sure which role we're in, are we? Sometimes think, oh, I'm just a little student, but when actually I'm the teacher. When I sat with this guy the other night, it looked like I'm his teacher. But the truth has to be that he's also my teacher, and I am his student. We're in a mutual relationship, which takes a lot of the romance out of life, because we can't really objectify each other then. But it gives a lot of peace, or it enhances our awareness of peace to realize, oh, I'm student-teacher with you, and I'm student-teacher with you, and student-teacher in this relationship, and in this relationship, and we're going in and out, and in this undefining. And as we were talking, it hit me, I'm surrounded by friends. Everywhere I look, I have friends. And some of those friendships don't look attractive. Some of those friendships, especially in my egoic, I wouldn't ask for these friends. You know, it would seem like I'm playing in a bad neighborhood sometimes. But they're still my friends, because every single one of them, the mission of all of us is to help each other wake up to God. That's our function, and that's what we're asking of each other. That's what I'm asking of you. That's what you're asking of me. That's what we're all asking of each other on this exciting journey. So as we undefine the journey and we just get it, oh, we're just all here to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Quit trying to tell me I'm not who I am. Wait, you wake up and remind me who I am, please. Because I'm forgetting. Imagine that. If the world needed you to wake up so that you could remind the whole world. If everybody needs you, you're the one. Salvation of the world depends upon me. And what does that mean, as I've said? It means for me to see the world correctly instead of incorrectly. I can't look out and see a bunch of criminals if I'm to awaken. I can't look out and see a bunch of evil if I am to awaken. I can't look out and see a bunch of poor things if I am to awaken. Because what I see is what I think I am. So I've got to undefine the world, undefine it, become a generous giver of spirit. A generous giver of love and truth. But then again, I'd have to undefine it. I would have to look differently. I read this, and I liked it. Wouldn't that be awful if I read it, didn't like it? Now I was going to share the wealth.
Yeah.
It's from Romans chapter 8 in the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the New Testament. Available in our bookstore, 20% off. We sold a lot of these books. I'll tell you, I love this book, and the reason I love this book, for anyone who's ever been leery about the Bible, because I like the Bible, but the Bible can be a little snoozy. This book, I feel like I'm right in the heart and the mind of Jesus, of Spirit. It is written as clear as day. It's a channeled book. And I'm oh.